Hi, I'm Gurney Hightower. Today I'd like to show you how to make an internal 2-inch PVC aquarium filter. The only tools you're going to need is a drill, 15/16 inch drill bit, 1/4 inch drill bit, and a pair of scissors. The only parts you're going to need is a power head, the size appropriate for the size tank you have, 2-inch PVC pipe. I use a 2-foot section that I cut the size when I'm all finished, and 2 inspection caps the same size, and a little piece of plastic that I use for a little divider that goes inside the filter. We'll show you in just a minute. This is just a little piece of the 2-inch PVC that I cut off to make this circle. We'll cut that out with the scissors. We'll drill a few holes in there, and then that goes inside. You can use any piece of plastic for this little divider. We're going to cut mine out of a little piece of Tupperware. And this thing should fit snugly inside the 2-inch PVC pipe. The idea of this is it just separates the media that goes on top of the filter from the media down in the bottom of the filter. We'll cut this piece out completely, and then we're going to drill a whole bunch of holes in this with a 1/4 inch drill bit. Be sure this piece fits snugly inside the PVC, and take your time drilling so you don't foul up the holes too bad. If you do, go ahead and make another one. Here's mine. It didn't come out very good, so I made another one. Take your time while drilling and drill at a slow speed, and it'll come out a little bit better like this. Next, we're going to put the test cap on. Tap it on there pretty tight. And then we're going to drill a series of holes. It'll be the 1/4 inch holes about this location all the way around. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. We're going to go all the way around like that. So this is what we wind up with. Holes drilled all the way around. Test cap on. This test cap fits pretty tight. What I didn't do was sand it. I like to sand the edges a little bit. I like to take some sandpaper and sand around that edge a little bit. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just take a little sandpaper and sand until that cap fits a little bit looser. You'll be glad you did. We do need to get that cap on and off to change the filter media, to clean the filter media, maintenance, that type of thing. So sand this until you like the fit. So the next thing we're going to do is drill the 15/16 inch hole in the test cap, and this hole is for the power head to fit into. We'll start drilling the hole from the top, turn it over, and finish drilling upside down. I'll show you. And hold tight because it'll spin right out of your hands. Now I say a 15/16 inch hole for the power head, but you have to make sure that your drill bit size fits your power head. Most of them are about 15/16. This one fits nice and snug. It's got to fit snug because you don't want the filter falling off of the power head. When you get this installed on the filter, it's got to fit snug. It's not going to shake off. And this is about the kind of fit that you want. All right, now we're going to put the little plastic piece in the bottom of the PVC pipe. We're going to put it up about 2 inches, and then we're going to use crazy glue to hold it in place. It's difficult to get that in there. Try to go slow. And push that in there, about like that. We want that up far enough that we can get polyester fill up in here, and that's what we're going to change weekly. And the idea of this piece in here, it stops all of our other media that we're going to put in this end. We're going to put sponges in there. We might put ceramic rings in there, maybe lava rock, whatever you decide to do. We just don't want it falling through the bottom, so we put that in there. And then the polyester fill that we change weekly is easy access. So I think a couple of drops of crazy glue, just here and there around the perimeter. Should probably hold that in there nicely. We'll let that dry a couple minutes. We'll give it a test. I decided to put the crazy glue all the way around the perimeter to make it hold a little better. So now all we have to do is put the inspection cap on the bottom. Snug that up a little bit. The top inspection cap. Put the power head on. And basically, this is your filter. All we really need to do now is get the right length of the pipe, and we do that by measuring it inside the tank. I have a 37-gallon tall that I'll be putting this one in. So I'll go to the tank and measure from the top of the gravel to the top rim of the tank and basically figure out how much I have to cut off of this PVC pipe to make it fit my tank. And you'll do the same. Let me go measure that and cut this and see what it's going to be like. So the overall height of my filter needs to be 20 inches. So from top to bottom, 20 inches. The top of the power head is 20 inches. Where the power head fits into the inspection cap will be right here. So I'm going to cut this tube right here, and then I'm going to put the inspection cap on over that, and I should have my 20-inch tall filter. All right, I've cut my tube down, reinstalled the power head and inspection cap, and we're at 20 inches. And there is the construction of my DIY PVC filter. The next step is filling it with the proper media, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Before I fill the filter, I want to clean this ink and print off of this. And I think I'm going to use some 220 dry sandpaper. We'll give it a quick sanding and see how that works out. The sanding not only gets the ink off, it dulls the finish a little bit. We don't want it looking shiny inside the aquarium. I think this looks pretty good. We're just about finished up. There it is, cleaned up, ready to fill and install. So before we put the filter together and put the biomedia in here, let's talk about just a few things. First of all, none of these parts were glued in except the little screen in the bottom. The parts are terribly inexpensive. You can see from the list here, the thing cost under $30. The most expensive thing was the power head. And you can find these, some cheaper, some are more expensive. Shop around a little bit. I bought this on Amazon. And know too that you should rinse this really good in water before adding your media to the filter. And this is the media that we'll be using. Use the polyfill for the bottom of the filter. You change that weekly. You can put sponges in the top. You can put ceramic rings in there. You can also use a variety of sponges. I'm probably going to use just the polyfill on the bottom combined with a coarse sponge. We'll cut a 2-inch circle to fit inside the bottom of the filter. And then I'm probably going to use just these, they're plastic scrubbing rings. I bought these on Amazon as well. I bought the bio rings on Amazon. Of course, these parts were the first thing I bought, and I bought these at Menards. So let's rinse this out and start putting it together.